supposedly, like, common person in the UK is working and earns a living. We cannot continue subsidy that is killing us and killing the economy. We will make the place to work. And if there's anything we can do it in an organized manner. Not what we're doing now. You know?
We believe you.
His Excellency, I want to ask a question about the security of Nigerians. I want to ask, how do you intend to actually have accountability when it comes to making sure every Nigerian is accounted for in terms of identification card issue? We know that in Nigeria we don't have any record of anything that is happening. For example, someone can commit a crime in the north and run down to the south and is safe because there is no system to actually, put these people out there, any of the criminals, any of these people that actually commit this crime. How do you intend to tackle this identification card issues we've been having for a very long time?
Well, it's difficult to in today's world give people ID card. We have some. How we do it is to do it properly. I've actually been involved in a company that was originally won the contract to do ID card. The reason why they took it from them to give to another company is because the company doesn't have what they call connection. Some of the things I want to kill. So that we have a level playing field where people's talent can match up the opportunity, where people's effort can match up the opportunity. So we will pursue it, aggressively and ensure that it happens. Because we need to identify people. You need to know the number of people living in a country. You need statistics.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, we're going to be rounding up very soon. His Excellency is tired. I can see a lot of people online saying, please allow this man to rest.
No. If people have questions, I want to take the questions.
Why, please?
Well, your network, we can't hear you. And but I am also going to hear the cry of Nigeria saying, please allow this man to rest. So, but then a few other
don't
questions.
Worry about that. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm ready to go on.
Okay, you said it already. You're looking for a job. So you will do anything to get the job and also get the job itself done. So yes. I'm with you on that one. Okay, so we have
anything legitimate.
Legitimate. Very.
I'm going to do the job honestly. So I'm not going to do anything illegitimate.
True.
Yeah. Good evening, AY. Good evening, His Excellency. AY, thank you and God bless you for using your platform to promote this brand. God bless you immensely. His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, my name is Joseph Chim. I'm from the southeastern part of Nigeria, from Abia State to be precise. I live here in Italy. As you can see my feet at my place of work before I join this program because I always get a pleasure listening to you, always. As a young man, I have learned a lot of things from you. God bless you for teaching me at my young age. Please, I don't have any other question to ask you because you have already taught me a lot since I came to know you in this campaign. Please, what I have is advice. Please, I know that you're a liberal man because you're a free-minded human being. You have mind for humanity. Please, I beg you on behalf of all the good people of Nigeria, people that want good, take care of your security. Take care of your security, Mr. Excellency. Please, I beg you, in the name of God Almighty, that God Almighty is going to protect you, but take care of your security. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Man, okay. Now we have somebody who didn't come to ask a question this time, but came to render his own advice. So,
May God
is the
protect you, my brother.
president to be or the presidential candidate? Yes. So, beyond you taking care of insecurity in Nigeria, they're also asking you to take care of your own security within the insecurities that we find ourselves in Nigeria. I am quickly going to bring Chukzi General to join us, but let's quickly ask this gentleman here who looks like a movie star
Yeah, greetings. I appreciate all the work you have done now, and I believe that your presence in the campaign has given a lot of hope to a lot of people. And for me, security is paramount in the country because a lot of our people are scared and they are leaving the country in droves. And if I look at it historically, we have never been secure in that country. And you used to say that you were going to recruit about 1 million into the police and into the military, and I was having a lot of hope because of that a lot more. And I would like to hear more about that because it's very, very important compared to other countries. You know that full well. Compared to Egypt, Singapore, and other countries, Nigeria's defense posture is extremely weak. And this is why we are having the problems we are having in the country today. So I hope this is something that you are going to address because you said it before, but I would like you to reiterate it so that we know that our defense posture is going to change because this is something we've never had since 1960.
But I told you, I said it before, that if you go to Egypt, they have about 100 million people and have about 1 million police. In fact, in Egypt, they have a special police that is securing the gas infrastructure which they are using in their power generation. They have other forms of police. So for me, let's say we have 200 million people. I have 300 plus police, 300,000. It's either 320,000 or thereabouts. That is unacceptable. You need to double that number. Same thing is what you need to do in the army, in the navy, in everything. You need to do it and do it as quickly as possible. We have a problem where the police don't have equipment to fight.
Yes.
Equipment to do their work. Even the governor of Katsina said that he has visited police stations where he sees about 10 people, only 5 is armed. So it's our military. I've said we're going to review and restructure the entire security architecture, which includes the personnel and everything. We're going to do it because security is the first thing to tackle. Exactly. That is what will determine all other things I want to do, or anybody wants to do.
Exactly.
If you just have security, then forget it. It is one thing you must deal with before you can tackle it, whether you want to do tourism, whether you want to do manufacturing, and everything. Whether you want to fight inflation, the biggest inflation, or the worst inflation we have today, and it's contributing negative to our inflation number, is food. Food inflation in Nigeria is #1 as a result of insecurity. So if you see that insecurity is everything, we need to deal with that as quickly as possible.
I appreciate that a lot. If you are recruiting, I'm willing to leave the UK to want to come and join the military there because I believe that is fundamental to the country. No, we have to keep our country secure.
It's very, very important. We will do that.
Thank you, sir. And there is they are your massive supporter. They are called Niger Watch. They want you to come and visit them because they have been They are your 100% supporter. They are dedicated to supporting you. They are Nigeria Watch. Please look out for them. They support you 100%.
Okay, Excellency, there's been a major complaint that women are not coming online. And we cannot go and force them to come online. But good enough, we have a lady here, Yule Doshe. She just put up a question. She says there's an old African proverb that says, if you educate a woman, you educate the nation. This quote indicates the significance of women in our society and how they can positively influence the future generation. How is your administration going to promote women's development and empowerment in order to dismantle the educational, legal, political, and economic barriers that women face in our society?
Well, frankly, anyway, I don't think I'm somebody who has worked closely with women and would believe that apart from the north where we have out of school children, where 60% is women and 40% is men, down south, we don't have that problem. What we need is to bring more and more women inclusive. I'm somebody who believes in the contribution of women. I work closely with them. They are more productive. They're more hardworking than men in Nigeria, and they are less corrupt. I've worked with them closely. I was the governor who served with chief of staff as a woman. My permanent secretary government has a woman. Head of service is a woman. Commissioner for local government is a woman. Permanent secretary finance is a woman. Accountant general is a woman. Commissioner for finance is a woman. So I work closely with them. And I can tell you that totally, Commissioner for education, Commissioner for youth and sports. So I've worked with them closely, and I can tell you, they're very, very productive. If they are determined to do anything, they'll do it.
Well, that's good to know. At this point in time, I need to bring a colleague of mine who operates in Abuja there. His name is Chooks the General, to join us. Chooks the General, can you quickly come and ask His Excellency your questions? Is right here. Chooks the General.
Good evening, sir. First of all, I appreciate. No, the way you said the general, please. Okay, first of all, I appreciate Bros AY for the privilege, and I also want to appreciate you, sir, for granting audience to young people on this platform, most importantly. It would have been 3 questions, but because of time, let me just keep it to 1. Maybe 1.5, if you allow me. First, just in case I don't have a chance. No. So I don't waste. So I can get the chance next time from Bros AY. Okay, let me do 2 if I have Bros AY's permission. First, it would have been okay. Let me say this: since 1999, when I started witnessing democracy, a little bit younger then. I'm just 34 now. I started seeing people come and campaign. It comes with a very interesting wind of hope. You know, you just look like Nigeria's about to change. Vroom, the person will win. We will now be looking for the hope. We will not see it. It just keeps going and going. In fact, there's a particular one that I don't want to be too specific. The country felt like this was it. Everybody was, if you don't vote for that person, everybody was really going that way. It will come again. Vroom. The person will come on seat and we'll be looking for the hope and the success we're all waiting for. So I want to ask a quick question. This is that same wind of hope blowing, and everyone is believing in it. 2 things, sir. First is, what's different about this particular wind of hope? What's different? What's on the package that is different? That will not look like the other one that sincerely broke my heart, without being too specific. You know, what is different about it? That's my first question. I don't know if it's okay that you get this one first. If I have another chance, I will get to the second.
Yeah, Jara, let me tell you. I agree with you. But there's 2 things I'll tell you. People don't change when they get to power. People don't change because they see money. when people get to office or they're in power, they actually bring out their true character. So don't think that anybody go to the office and change. No, no, no. You know a measure of a man when he has power or money. He doesn't have money, he can be the most honest man. He doesn't have power, he could be the most humble person. But when you give him small power, if you come back, you're wondering whether this man has been condemning those who are in power that is behaving like this.
Yes.
I have served a state. And for the day I served them to, yesterday I was coming back in Lagos. At the airport, I was coming back with a lady, Aisha Yusuf, and Nana Kaza. A lady I work with in a bank, Onome, who is the 49th ICANN president, called the two of them aside and said, "You work with this man?" They said, "Yes." Can I ask any of them? Said, "Go and work hard that this man is elected." I was the chief risk officer in Fidelity when we made this man chairman. This was as far back as, I'm talking in 2002, 2003. When we made this man chairman of the bank, and we wrote him a letter saying he's entitled to a Mercedes 500 and a Range Rover. He has to have the letter. And he replied us and said, "No." And we wrote him and said, "You are the only bank chairman that is not living in the island, because I live in First Town.
A man of character.
And
Can you
every
imagine?
other person lives in Victoria Island or Ikoyi." And he replied us and said, "If you let us just fix the time of the meeting, if we don't see him there, then we know that wherever he's living is affecting him. I come to meet him before even those who live in Victoria Island. Everything is by 8, I come there, times we stay till 1 a.m. in the night, I go. The next day I'm there before those who live in Ikoyi. In fact, we have somebody who lives on the street of the bank.
Mr.
He has
Integrity.
never come there before me." So, office doesn't change people. Neither do money change people. They bring out their true character. That's why. I have served as the governor of Anambra State. Whatever I promised,
People bring out
I
their
said I
true
would do
character.
before I entered into office, I did it. I started saying, "You who have office of first lady, it's illegal. I will return school. I will deal with the issue of health. I will deal with the issue of this. I deal with the." I was going to save their money, but I cleared, as at the day that I left, I handed over, Jordan, cleared all the standing gratuity and pension of over 35 billion that was accumulated before I came into office. I was not owing a single gratuity.
People
I
give,
left. I was not owing anybody pension. I was not owing any salary.
if
I was
Nigeria
not
loses
owing
this
any
guy,
contractor
it
or
is finished.
supplier who have done their job. And I've said it. If any of them comes out today and say, "I was being owed by P2B for stop campaigning," I stand CFO at least over 5,000 minimum land allocated by Anambra State government to people. If you find one land allocated to me directly or indirectly, I'll stop campaigning.
Mr.
I
Integrity.
went and bought my own land to build my own house because I was the custodian of the land. That's why the fact that I was #1 in MDG, the only measure of development, this is not a mark given to me by Nigeria. So they say it was United Nations. If you go and see, commend P2B in his seriousness, like it's being showed now. When MDG was #1, Yet, the day I left office, without anybody putting gun in my hand,
Okutendi Igbo.
I had $150 million, not naira, in bank, Anambra State. There were 50 million in 3 banks. Fidelity, Access, and Diamond. I have over 30 billion naira without anybody putting gun in my head. For in the same 3 banks, about 10 billion for the Fidelity Bank, for Anambra State, and I have an investment equivalent of 25 billion for the state. Nobody asked me. It was things that I did myself. I wasn't under any pressure. I didn't borrow any, I didn't go to any bank. In fact, the chairman of DMO, the DG of DMO while I was governor, Abraham Nwankwo, in send-off party, made me the chairman of the send-off party. He said the reason why he invited me and made me the chairman of that party, he announced it there, was because I was the only the only governor in his 10 years of being in DMO that never came to his office to ask that he wants to borrow money. But every other person came. I was the only person.
I know GMO, yeah.
Nobody asked me to. I'm not saying I'm going to change Nigeria overnight.
That's a sincere statement, yeah.
It did not mean the problems are enormous.
Coming from a sincere
But
man.
I'm saying that
it's even impossible to change Nigeria overnight.
Where we are now is very simple. We're on the wrong road. If you don't know where you're going, every road will lead you there.
So what does
So
do
what we're
about
doing
the
now, we get up in the morning, turn right, goes right, turn left. What I want to do is to put it on the right road to development. While I might not achieve 100% the result, Nigerians will see 100% effort. And I'll communicate it. I'll be able to come like this and be able to tell Nigerians, this is what we have achieved. That's what we did in Anambra State. I was talking to the people of Anambra once every month to be able to say, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing, this is what we intend to do.
He perfectly
so that they can see where we're going. If people are comfortable, what makes a government is that if people know that we're in the right direction, you drive up hope.
Exactly.
And once there's hope, people have faith in the country. We go to church today, believing we will go to heaven. None of us have seen anybody who went to heaven. But
yeah.
we have hope.
Yeah.
And that's hope because it's having our faith to believe in God.
Exactly.
But if we come out tomorrow and they say there's no heaven, then there's no place to go. So everybody's anything they like to do. Because they come to hope. I want to give Nigerians hope so they can have faith in their country.
Hope is the soul of every unseen thing.
His Excellency, you are the one looking for a job. You have all the stamina and ability to be on this live overnight. Looking for a job.
I don't know because this seminar I'm employed, then I'll be helpless. That's how to do it. You're not going to say, oh, Prophet David, we will satisfy with you. You got the job. Then I can go home.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. But we're privileged to have 2 ladies in our midst. And before we lose them, and before they will now say AY live session with you was all a male affair, I'm privileged to have here 2 ladies, and I believe they have their questions ready that they are going to be asking. I see is not name.
Allow the ladies to talk.
Madam, I agree.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Onyavo area.
Onyavo, Mavo Jerry.
Grand level.
Obu and Tori on my wife Gary.
In not total toilet, mama the verse.
This is how they talk like Jolly Boy.
Papa, I want verse. Let me para for you.
Che,
Okay.
we're ready for you, Mama.
I look for a job.
You dey look for just so I want para for you because now me be area mama, Madam H.O. The advocates of the youth, the advocates of the teenager, and the advocates of the children. I am a voice of the African child. I'm a voice of the African teenager. I'm a voice of our African youth. Permit me to say, Una our destiny. Una can't give us hopelessness. Una can't give us poverty and lack. And because we won't survive, we can't become Yahoo.
Which one what question are you asking?
No worry, make I finish. I will ask my question.
The person that has come in, or the person that has been there, or the person that is
coming? Because it's 1960. Now that they teach us.
Area mama they
can't turn us to Yahoo boys and girls. They turn us to Boko Haram. They turn us to kidnapper. They turn us to all these things where Papa God not create us to be.
Exactly.
So as you want, make we give you jobs. So West, we want to know your plan for us. Because when Boo Boo go to we have for say the youth population is growing. What is your plan for your youth population? You can't begin to tell us about climate change. Now that day my hair scatter say, these people not even get us on the agenda at all.
They ask Boo Boo question, they begin talking about climate change.
In 2019, when I wanted to start my charity organization, when I heard it clearly from the Lord that I need to join forces to go and build a new Nigeria, I was asking, where do I start from? But he told me clearly, a new Nigeria is possible. So when in 2022, you got to shout a new Nigeria, I know that yes, Papa God very well. So my question to you be say, number one, make I first confess one thing, no. I know 100% support you. Yes, Nigeria will be my man. But all my children gravitate to you. And as a good mama, when I be, I support my children anyhow. But my question be say, when did I not support you first? You tell me, say, I think will be your mentor. How can somebody, when he spend our 16 billion, he pay company 16 billion, they can't give us darkness. You say now your mentor. How can somebody when he say night sell property for free and those property collapse? People when they do work for them, they become jobless and hopeless. You say now your mentor, so you can answer me that question. Then the other one are not like you. You tell me that if you enter office, you not go probe these people when thief everything from us. My question to you, Augusta, when they apply for our job, if Nigeria na your company, you can't give out to people since 1960. They call the manager thief and so that your children can't lose hope for life. You can't get opportunity to collect them back.
This woman, they
you
bring
say you
tears
don't
for my
put
eye.
people in play, make it collect our money from there. That is one question. Then the other question we say, a senator, House of Rep, governor, only 8 years now that they serve for office. The money when they get paid them, it pass money when they put for education. And yet now education is the future of our children. What did you go do about that salary? Because everybody must collect minimum wage.
Correct.
No head pass one head. Then how can they spend only 8 years for office? They go collect pension for life.
Hi.
And yet my papa and mama, when he suffer for 35 years, una not they pay them. Even the peanut one that they pay them for retirement, they go queue up, can't even die in this process. Who does that? So you see this money when they keep them for House of Assembly, when they make them they thief, they do everything to enter into power. We want slash them down to minimum wage. Every allowances, we go put them for police. We go put them for military. We go put them for school. Go look at our school. Children go they sit down for inside water, they go primary school. Is that sellers when you go school? Now so primary school be. Now inside water that they learn.
Okay.
Now inside there they do secondary school. Una can't turn our children to non-entity. Una can't say me they not do yahoo. If una not change things, I go tell them make they do yahoo the more. In fact, none of una they go come
The aggression is not needed.
Leave me, my brother.
No, my question. Ask the question now.
Leave me, my brother. There's a trespassing, not the shame.
I'm not ashamed for you.
And the attention and the shame for Nigeria. You know why? Because we are intelligent. We are smart. Everything where we need to become a great nation, Papa God give unto us. But our case can't be like the woman when they sell wrapper for market. If they call in children, they wear rack. Now, shame.
Can you let him answer the question? Can you let him answer the question? Huh?
And then he answer.
This area mama carry fire come, but I understand her emotions, you know.
Anyway,
Excellency.
Mama, make you cool down. If I had known, I would not say. I did more time. If I don't know what they come, I would not have this thing. Where we want to end that way?
Peter Obi, very humble man.
I would not pass this interview.
Hey, show.
I would not pass this interview, go.
It will be Mama.
Okay. Mama, make our try small. You have every right to be annoyed. You have every right to be upset. We are upset. The country has all the potentials of being a very great nation. And it's a great nation. This country have helped South Korea to pay salary. Malaysia is thriving today, but Malaysia once came here to take our palm oil in 2021. Malaysia, despite having a population of less than 50 million, living on about 290 something thousand square kilometers of land, or about 300,000 square kilometers of land, did export about $290 billion, when our own was just about 30. So we're using 10% of what they did. That's why I say the country is not productive. It's not productive because over the years, the country has become a case where criminals have taken over. And all they do is to steal whatever it is. And they're stealing it today. That's why I've shouted that those who are stealing our oil are people in government. Those who are stealing our commonwealth are people in government. And that's why we want to stop subsidies, stop everything, and deal with it. I've said we're a failed country because we have not invested in education and everything. What I want to do, and I want Nigerians to trust me, is to stop the stealing. And as I give an example, this is Anambra State. Nobody since this campaign started have challenged anybody to go to Anambra State, where I served as a governor, and see whether their money is missing. I've been the only governor who have served a state in Nigeria, apart from Yaradua, I left about 5 billion naira. I left 75, equivalent of 75 billion. Even if anybody wants to doubt, I left in cash $160 million, which you know the equivalent of what it is today. at 600 naira, that is 90 billion. And I did some interest. And at the same time, I left in naira over 30 billion. And nobody put a gun in my head. Every other person who left office the time I left had gratuity or pension. When they brought it for me to sign, it is on record. But I told my speaker, I served the people of Anambra State by the grace of God. It wasn't my power that I came there. I came by His grace. Whatever I am today, it is by grace of God. It's not by my power. And I will never abuse God's grace. And I'm going home, and I can say it to anybody, Anambra State government has not bought me a bottle of water since I left office 9 years ago. It's there. Nobody has paid me one couple. Every other place, they change their so they do anything. So that's why I want to serve. I never said I support the thieving. That's what I want to stop, and I'll stop it. What I said is that if you're not stealing, your wife and children are not stealing, those around you are not stealing, you stop it. I serve the bank. You can go and ask the bank. I have never defaulted in any loan. I have never taken their money. I was the director, chairman of Security and Exchange Commission. It's a federal government agency. You can go there and ask them every allowance, everything they paid me, whether it's housing, anything, motor, everything, I did not take it. They're here in Abuja. You can go to them. So I've remained that consistent. And I don't intend to change from it. It's even more critical now. I didn't say I will not probe or judge those who have stolen money. No. What I say and I stand by it, if you close your shop and chasing thieves, by the time you come back, you would have lost what is remaining in the shop, because they will expire.
Exactly.
And you lose customer. I'm a trader. Your shop has to be open, and you're getting more customers. And you make sure that you're selling the existing goods.
Yeah.
And don't spend more time in chasing thieves. Because whatever a thief is stolen, some of it they have spent, there's a likelihood you will not recover everything. I'll be very careful. What I want to stop is stop people from stealing any longer. Look at the government that came in and said they want to chase thieves. People stole more. I want to stop people from stealing any longer. And then focus on tomorrow. No matter what you think Nigeria have lost, there's more that you can get for tomorrow. I'm a believer in tomorrow. Those who are consumed by yesterday and today will miss tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very dynamic thing.
Yes.
I want to change Nigeria by doing the right thing. Imagine if the present government have drawn the line, like I always say, and use the resources, including the borrowed resources, to invest in the future, it would have been far better. In 2015, we were owing about 15 trillion. Our per capita is about 2,550. Today, we are owing 75 trillion. Our per capita is 2,000. I would have doubled that by focusing on tomorrow. I want to fix education. I want to fix health. And that is why I said I'm not going to be consumed by tomorrow. So don't close your shop and be chasing thieves. Look at it tomorrow. God did not give us eyes to look back. He gave us eyes to look front.
Yes.
Everything I've learned in my life, whether to drive or to bicycle, they
That's
tell you,
a beautiful
look
statement
forward.
from a focused leader.
And I've always looked forward. I don't look back, no matter what happens in the back. As for the person I said is my mentor, it's not a problem. Atiku remains a respected senior brother for the rest of my life. Even if my senior brother has his own fault or anything, he remains my senior brother. I always respect him because God allowed him to be my senior brother. And I respect that. What I said is that in this business of big politics, that I pass through his team. If you are apprentice in what we call Igbo type of trading, you learn from too many people who have grouped you up. And when all of them goes, they settle you. You start the same trade and everything. You might not necessarily sell the way they are selling their own. You might be selling different things, you know. So that is where to go. I passed through his land. I learned things from him. I respect him.
You are wisdom par excellence.
Things, and he will remain so. There's one or two other people who I passed through their hand. I learn what they're doing. All combined, I'm selling my own, in my own style. I don't question how they're selling their own. But I remain respectful of their own business. We're all looking for customers. It depends on who the customer wants to buy. If you want to buy Obidient, here I am to sell it to you.
Sorry.
If you want to buy Articulate, sell it to you.
Obidient all the way.
Sell it to you.
A new Nigeria is possible.
With their names clearly spelled. Whichever one you want to buy, it's it.
You're a man of wisdom.
I'm selling my own.
You're a man of wisdom.
Okay. Omobala.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. It's good to have you here. Thanks so much for being very, very decisive and precise about all the things you plan and you intend to execute once you get into office. You mentioned something severally about the CBN not being a problem, that it's the FX and stuff like that. Well, I studied adult political science from the University of Benin, and it's quite bordering and concerning that, like you said, competence is what we lack, and we need people with passion that are patriotic in the leadership position. But over time, we've had people from every ends of our affair just getting political offices and political positions. So I graduated from school. I didn't wait for the government. I decided to start my own business. So I'm into entrepreneurship, sir. And first thing this year, 2023, that it's my business first. And I'm speaking on behalf of a whole lot of Nigerian youth right now. Was CBN restricting card payments through MasterCard, Visa card? I'm sure I'm not a whole lot of businesses have been suffering from this. And you mentioned CBN is not a problem, but their policies keep on hindering entrepreneurship. Because, okay, so we couldn't get jobs, right? And we couldn't get the right set of things we felt like we deserved. So we decided to create our own. We decided to keep our heads on us. We decided to survive. But when we have things like card restrictions and startup limitations bordering into the existence of our businesses, sir, Mr. President, what are the steps you intend to take? First of all, tackling these policies that
coming back
discourage
live again to this broadcast. It will be interrupted shortly, and I'm coming back
that
right
is the
away.
reason why a whole lot of youth are leaving. I myself, for the first time in my life, I started considering leaving because I'm like,